So what do you think she's saying?
What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
6 figures, like 100,000.
I put 10 million.
Oh my god.
She's not telling you that she's a gold digger. She's telling you about her fears. And dating preference aren't really personal choices. They're fear. Like if the goal is a long-term relationship, or in other words, until we get old and wrinkly, then being attractive isn't the main thing you look for. Because you're gonna get bored, no matter how pretty they are. No, the biggest reason why people want hot people is because they fear being mocked by other people. And this is where the key to be successful at dating lies. And no, it's not being hot. We can't all be blessed. But knowing how to react to their fears, because humans are emotional creatures, not logical. And that's the reason why people don't come back to you even though you are nice and useful. Because reciprocity is logic. So no, people aren't with you because you aren't enough, but because you don't know how to make them want to be with you. But if you learn how to deal with their fears, you become someone whom they give priority to, even if you aren't as successful or as big as others. A great example of this are funny people. People like funny people because they make them forget about the bad things. And a lot of women will stay with these weirdly shaped people just to avoid their own negative feelings, because again, humans are emotional creatures. Learn how to deal with their emotions and you have game. But this is still hard to understand. So I will be giving you 3 fears and I will show you different places. And you will try to guess where the fears have more chance of happening. So these are the fears: public humiliation, intimate rejection, unexpected events. So which fears are more probable to happen here? And here? And here? Let me know in the comments if you disagree and why. I want to know. But these aren't the only way you can use this. You can also use it to manage other aspects, like if their fear is A, public humiliation, dressing smart, casual, and being polite with people helps. If their fear is B, then reassuring her and being clear on your intentions is key. If her fear is C, then being consistent and non-reactive helps. So the framework is: their wants will tell you their fear, and from their fear, you will get the plan of action. And this takes a bit of practice, but it's really just a matter of paying attention. Be kind, not nice. Because someone who's nice, they are nice to everybody. They really aren't looking at each person. And that's lazy and it's suspicious. But being kind requires you to tailor your responses to each person. It shows that you pay attention. It shows capacity. But my goal in this video isn't to get you to be successful at dating. No, I want to help you get into a relationship. So I'm gonna talk about each gender main fear. Just so you stop stepping on landmines and stop being rejected by everyone. So let's start with women's biggest fear. Women are very sensitive to public judgment and being blamed. Why? I don't know. Maybe because we used to blame women for everything. Floods, bad crops, storms, disease. But in actions, this translates as being too judgmental, lacking empathy, pointing her out in the crowds, and being too reactive emotionally. And this is also why women seek the most successful men, because that's the right answer in front of all their family and friends. No one can really say that she chose wrong. And you should never ever attack a woman in this matter. It's like trying to trap a cat. You will get scratched. And this isn't a flaw, this is a gender characteristic. Like you can't see a better world if you are tainted and broken. And men aren't free from this either. Men fear feeling used the most. In other words, responsibility. And in actions, this means pointing out the manly duties, like paying for dinner, and making them prove themselves just to speak with you, or not saying thank you when they do something for you. And that's why a lot of men watch porn, have meaningless relationships, and pay for sex. Because none of this required them to take responsibility for it. And that's attractive, because men are reminded every day of this. They are either useful or trash. And it's not like they will run away from it, they just need a different environment than daily life. That's how you see an ex marry a girl he knows for 5 months, when before he was with another girl for 5 years and he never tried anything. This is the thing that you don't want to press on too much. And my point of this video is that a real relationship isn't about being comfortable. It's the opposite. It's about showing your most sensitive sides of yourself and learning to be okay with that. And if you can't, that's when you see those gold digger or cheating behaviors come out. Fear takes control and turns you both into these people that you don't want to be, making all of this a huge waste of time. But if you deal with your own insecurities, then all you will find is people with the same quality. Like a secure man will look scary to an insecure woman because he faces his fears, making the focus on the fact that she doesn't. And that's the kind of person you want to have in your life. People who show up in face of fear. I can't do it for you, but I can show you the way. So I'll be here next week. Still, there's a lot of anxiety about asking someone else. So here's how I deal with that anxiety.